Nice win for the Angels last night here at Minute Maid Park, opening up this four-game series with a W and defeating Justin Verlander. Tonight it is Game 2 from the Lone Star State. We welcome you inside our broadcast booth back to Angels Baseball here on Fox Sports West, along with Mark Gubiza. I'm Victor Rojas, and the Angels offense kind of came to life late in this game yesterday against Justin Verlander, and the big hit, Andrelton Simmons. Not only last night, but he has swung the bat well in Houston.
Yeah, Victor, when you think about it, his numbers in Houston this season have been outstanding, and he's been great as far as runners in scoring position, bases loaded. You put those things all together, and you see what he's been able to do here in Minute Maid Park. Hit a home run against Joe Smith earlier in the season, then last night with that double. A bases clearing double for Andrelton Simmons. Now 4 for 6 with the bases loaded, hitting 7 for 11 here in this ballpark with 8 RBI this season in Houston for Andrelton Simmons, coming through once again, one of the most consistent hitters with runners on base this whole season and his whole career with the Angels.
Halos ended up picking up the 5-2 victory. Andrew Heaney picked up his first road win since 2015, so all good to start this four-game set. Mention Andrelton Simmons, you can't talk about him without talking about the leather. When we return to Minute Maid Park, we're going to talk about this double play combo that is Simmons and Fletcher.
The new 2019 Jeep Cherokee. Embrace every new opportunity with a redesigned exterior and 31 highway MPG. Test drive one today. By Mercury Insurance, we're on a mission to save you money. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com to get a fast free quote and see how much you can save. And by your SoCal Mazda dealers.
Roof is closed once again here in Houston. Game 2 of this four-game set, just right around the bend. We were talking about the double play combination of Andrelton Simmons and David Fletcher. And Gooby, the double-double for the Angels has been fantastic.
Oh, really? When you think about the range, both of them, and the arm strength and the ability to get rid of the baseball quickly is the reason why they've turned so many double plays. David Fletcher, in a short time at second base for the Angels, has been involved in turning 23 double plays. Andrelton Simmons, for the entire season, 97 double plays, which leads Major League Baseball in that category. The range and the instincts and how well they are working together makes this a fun team to be able to watch. Tools of Trade brought to you by Ram Trucks.
Let's see if the Angels can keep it going, make it 2 in a row. We're just about ready for baseball in Houston. Sit back, relax. Lineups and first pitch when we return. Hyundai. Get a great deal, more than a great deal on all new Hyundai vehicles. See your Hyundai dealer today. By Carl's Jr., the Western Bacon Cheeseburger is calling your name, little buddy. Pick it up. And by your Southern California Cadillac dealers. It's a beautiful night here in Houston. Another hot one, so the roof is closed, and it'll remain closed over the weekend here. In the Lone Star stage, the Angels trying to make it 2 in a row against the Houston Astros. Nice victory last night against Justin Verlander and the Houston Astros. And they tonight will face a left-hander that they faced last week. He made his major league debut on the mound as a starter against the Angels and threw the ball well. This is the lineup that he's going to face. Mike Scioscia's 135th lineup of the season. Calhoun will lead things off at right, Fletcher at second. Trout's in center, Upton's in left, Simmons the shortstop. Ohtani is DHing tonight with a left-hander on the mound. Jeffrey Marte will get the start at first. Taylor Ward at third base, and Jose Briseño, welcome back. He's in the starting lineup, batting ninth and doing the catching. This numbers for Framber Valdez, brought to you by your Southern California Chevrolet dealers. Mentioned his one start, and that was against the Angels. There's the numbers for him overall. 5 innings in that start, 2 hits, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts.
Yeah, Valdez fastball is 91-95. Also with a curveball, very good curveball. Occasional changeup. My go-tos, though, be success. Make him throw strikes. He can be wild and track the lower zone fastball. He will throw a lot of two-seamers, lower part of the strike, so make sure it's in the zone and then be able to cover it into the gaps.
Take a look at the Astros on the defensive side of things tonight. They've got the exact same lineup they ran out last night. Gonzalez, Springer, Reddick in the outfield from left to right. Bregman and Correa on the left side of the infield. Altuve, Gurriel on the right side. Martin Maldonado behind the plate.
Gurriel's been pretty solid, really, defensively at first base for the Astros. His 4 errors, been involved in 49 double plays, but also has played some second base and third base this season for the Astros, but very, very solid as a first baseman for the Stros.
Houston in the midst of a 10-day, 10-game homestand. Won 7 of the last 9, even though they dropped the opener last night. Third major league appearance for Framber Valdez. Cole ready to start things off. 2-hit game last night, ended up going 2 for 5. The Angels had a total of 10 hits in that 5-2 victory.
.228 batting average, 17 home runs, and 51 runs batted in. Shift on for the Astros with 3 on the right side. The first one is lifted down the line, not very deep into foul territory. Bregman a long run over there, and I thought he was going to make a very interesting play. That first pitch brought to you by Capistrano Toyota.
This guy, he really gets a good jump on the baseball. Former shortstop playing third base. Took a good angle to try to run that one down also. Thought he might be able to reach in the stands. But he had to go a long way with the shift on though. He's loose now.
Yeah. No balls, 2 strikes. Valdez was locked up against Felix Pena Sunday afternoon's game at the Big A. The Astros picking up the 3-1 win.
You notice Bregman's able to go back now and basically in the shortstop position. Had to play way in the first 2 pitches until 2 strikes on Cole Calhoun. Because Cole will bunt down the third base line on occasion.
Two-strike pitch rolled foul. Cal remains at 0-2. Angels at 65-69 with a win last night. Game under 500 within the division. 25-26.
So far in his brief career at the major league level, Valdez, every time he's been ahead of the count against a left-handed batter 0-2, he's throwing a breaking ball. Did that pitch right there. Wonderful try to sneak a fastball now.
Goes to that breaking ball instead. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 24-year-old left-hander, native of the Dominican Republic. Time between AA and AAA this year. 22 games, 14 starts down there with 6-5 with a 4.11 ERA. But they love his tenacity, his personality, and that the big curveball. The Astros eventually signed him. 1-2. That's up and in. That's some running action in too. 2-2. That'll wake you up.
Yeah, he's already hit 3 batters already in the big leagues. Under 10 innings pitched. Almost made that number 4. He drops his elbow to try to throw that in. It runs in and just barely misses Cole Calhoun.
Hey, sometimes you have to announce your presence with authority, Kubi.
That way nobody's ever comfortable in the batter's box.
Zach, just like Duke LaLoosh. 2-2. Cole fouls it at the plate.
It's pretty good at bat, really. Top pitches already that Cole was fouled off. Eventually, when you throw enough breaking balls, you're trying to get one of those curveballs that spin over the middle of the plate, and that's what you can cover.
Never easy for a pitcher to face the same team back-to-back starts.
Talking to Eric Kinsey exactly about that. They're just saying they're just trying to get a feel for him. He felt they were going to be much better in their approach against him this second time.
David Fletcher on deck, just underway. Now a step off. Outfield shading Calhoun the opposite way. He had a pitch go the other way on. Robert Gonzalez toward the foul line at left. Springer's toward the alley in left center field, and Reddick's out in right center field. Astros one of the teams that does shift very often. Something they've implemented down the minor leagues. Keep track of hitters coming through the systems of other organizations. As Cole strikes out for the first out of the game.
They're long at bat, got him to chase a breaking ball out of the strike zone. A Hyundai key for this game for the Angels to be successful against the Astros, and especially Valdez on the mound. Well, with Drake today, in my feelings, especially with a wild pitcher, you got to have a feel for the strike zone. Which part of the plate is yours? And when you're up there of the dish right now, especially if you're a right-handed batter, you got to look at that middle end territory, because he will try to cut one well off the plate inside, but you got to be ready with the barrel of the bat to do damage.
David Fletcher takes outside for ball 1. 276 batting average, 13 doubles, 2 triples, a home run, 22 runs batted in for Fletch. 1 for 5 game last night with a single. 1 ball and strike. It's the last day of August. September call-ups tomorrow. players that are being traded have to be in the organization before midnight Eastern time tonight.
Fall right around the corner.
Yep. They don't have to be on the 40-man roster. They don't have to be on the 25-man roster. They have to be within the organization on August 31st in order to be eligible for postseason play. So we're seeing a flurry of deals today. 2-1. Fletcher lifts one out to left. Arwin's there. David got that one just a little bit off the end of the bat. 2 down.
I think the Dodgers did a pretty good job picking up Ryan Matson.
Great. I mean, that's you talk about targeting something that obviously was a need, especially with Kenley Jansen and his issues of late. Matter of fact, the back end of that bullpen, he settles things down for them a little bit.
They've lost a lot of leads late, the Dodgers, over the last 2 weeks or so.
Next big name to be traded. Blue Jays are saying that it's likely he will be traded. Is Josh Donaldson. Question is where. Here's Trout. 2 outs, nobody on. Mike takes outside. .310 average, 31 home runs, 62 runs batted in. Matter of fact, the Astros even being mentioned as a possible destination for Donaldson.
And what kind of impact he can make. Really hasn't played in a long, long time.
Yeah.
At the major league level, at least.
Yeah, he suffering through injuries, going back to spring training, limited this year. He'll be a free agent after the season. 1-1. Back 1-2.
A.J. Hinch won't be a free agent anymore.
Nope.
He signed that extension yesterday officially.
He had an option for next year. That was part of his the last contract that he signed. They just basically guaranteed that and added 3 to that contract. A nice job here at Houston. This was downstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, so far this season, though, Trout on a curveball. Now he's hit the slider and changeup very well. Curveball numbers haven't been there for Trout. This is a 174 batting average, 308 versus a fastball. I wonder if we'll go back with another curveball.
Full count. Upton on deck.
Yeah, batting average versus fastball. It's a fastball count right now, 3-2, 308 batting average, 14 home runs versus fastballs. But this 174 with 1 home run versus a curveball this season.
And a walk. 2 outs.
Tried to backdoor that curveball.
Saw this last night with Verlander. 2 out, 1-2 drop, so Upton will come to the plate. Justin hitting .266, 26 home runs, 75 runs batted in.
Just another walk for Trout. 105 walks in the season for Trout.
Upton 1 for 4. Last night's game, he got the Angels scoring going. 6th inning. Base hit to right. Take a strike.
Yeah, that's a pretty good piece of hitting too. He finally brought a fastball down against Verlander, who was very successful against him, running that 4-seamer upstairs.
Good lead for Trout over at first. Oh, 2.
Take a look at our Carl's Can replay. Speaking of that pitch he got from Verlander, it was down. He went with the pitch, hit the ball the other way. His 75th RBI of the season he got last night, which leads the Angels in that category. But good piece of hitting, not trying to pull that, stay back, hit the right field for an RBI.
Long hold for Valdez. 0-2. Little pop-up. Gurriel is there. Angels are done here. The first run to the bottom of the first inning. Jaime Barria taking the mound. No score. 135th game of the season at 82 and 52. Mentioned it's the same lineup as last night. Springer, Bregman, Altuve in the top third. Correa, White, Gonzalez in the middle third. Gurriel, Rennick, Maldonado rounding out the starting nine. Jaime Barria's on the mound against the Houston Astros, and last time out, Gooby did not go so well for him. This will be his 21st start of the season.
I think when you look at Jaime Barria, I think this is part of the reason why I'm going with my go-tos tonight. He's got to use his changeup often. That means to both lefties and righties. A changeup so often, a young pitcher will not go after a right-handed batter with his changeup, but it's a very effective one, and then work aggressively. That means get ahead of the count. He's been a pitcher this season that has been behind the count a lot, not throwing a lot of first pitch strikes. So work aggressively with the fastball, utilize the changeup to both lefties and righties tonight to go along with his slider.
Well, coming up through the minor league system, that was his bread and butter, being able to dot fastballs on both sides of the plate. Devastating changeup. You mentioned the breaking ball. That still not a bad one. No. Still a work in progress, but you got to go with what's best for you, especially with an aggressive team like the Astros.
Yeah, his percentages lately of his changeup have been down. Slider percentage up.
First pitch fastball in for a strike. Springer, center fielder, hitting .252 with 19 home runs, 61 RBIs. Is that by design? Is that the perhaps an organizational thing, saying, hey, I'd like to see what you could do with your slider, since this is somewhat of a developmental year? You know?
See what type of spin you can get with the slider. Right. And you see that a lot. As a young pitcher, you're working and you're comfortable with the game plan with your catcher. So that's what they're putting down. So that's the information he is receiving as far as the catchers with Barria on the mound. Let's try to use that slider a little bit more. He has had some pretty good success numbers-wise with his slider, but I still think his changeup is his second best pitch.
There's the off-speed pitch, 1-2. Springer, as usual, does not get cheated with his hacks.
You remember, as a pitcher, you really never were allowed, really. Most organizations wouldn't let you throw a changeup to a right-handed batter. I never understood that, because it's difficult for a right-handed batter to keep that ball in play, especially if you fade it on the inside part of the plate. They're going to swing over top of it or pull it foul. You get a strike on him and work ahead.
1-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. We've talked about that pitch often with Barria on the mound. The elevated fastball that's nowhere near the strike zone.
That's when you watch Justin Verlander, even Andrew Heaney, the way he threw his four-seamer upstairs last night. Especially as a pitcher, Barria's sitting in that dugout right on that side. You can really see the angle that Verlander was throwing that four-seamer to keep that upper part of the strike zone. So you kind of bring that into your warm-up sessions down in the bullpen and then take it out in the game, or you got to exist in that upper part of the strike zone instead of way up above where you're not even getting any hitters to swing at it.
Got him swinging. Down goes Springer, 1 down.
That was a tight slider on that one.
Halos on the defensive side of things have Upton, Trout, and Calhoun in the outfield. The infield with Ward, Simmons, Fletcher, and Marte from third to first. Presenya behind the plate.
Cole out in right field. He's always played very well here in this ballpark. 8 outfield assists so far this season. It's 5 straight years of at least 8 or more outfield assists. Second in the AL. Mitch Haniger's 10 outfield assists in right field.
Bregman with an 11-game hitting streak. Picked up a hit in his last at-bat last night, the 9th to extend that streak. He's reached now 27 straight games.
Still unbelievable when you think about it. We talked about Ted Williams and Joe DiMaggio. 56-game hit streak for Joe DiMaggio. Wow.
What did Pete Rose get? 44?
That sounds right. I know it was in the mid-40s.
0-1. A ball, 1 strike. Bregman at 292 on the year, 25 home runs, 43 runs batted in, 1 triple.
I'll have to check my phone to make sure Pete hasn't texted me and said, by the way, this is what it was.
This is what it was.
Yes. 44.
Yeah, it was 44. Bregman skying this one to the third base side. Ward. Is that a real? That ball hit the rafters. Redirected. Otherwise, it would have been in play for Ortega. throws his streak was in 1978.
Yeah, the word checking.
You were waiting for Pete to text you.
Sure.
Buddy of mine texted me already.
Yes.
Hello to Jesse Fonteboa in Las Vegas.
There you go.
Thanks, brother. 1-2. Again, you still don't see any hitters even flinch as far as swinging at that pitch. And I wonder how much of that is a lack of confidence and throwing it at the top part of the zone. Maybe worrying about, I'm going to give something up. But until you learn or get over that hump, it's going to be tough for him to kind of master it, if you will, as this was fouled off.
Yeah, because when you look at the numbers versus his fastballs compared to his slider and changeup, there's a big difference overall numbers for Berea. Fastball success for hitters against him because he hasn't quite got that feel for his fastball. 322 batting average, 10 home runs allowed. His 207 versus his slider and his changeup, 5 home runs. So the lack of confidence at times, spotting that fastball at the upper part of the strike zone has been the reason why you have that batting average against his heater.
2-2. Breaking ball against Bregman. 2 down, back-to-back strikeouts for Berea.
Stayed on top of that slider very well. A couple swings and pitches that are really, as far as sharp breaking balls for strikeouts, first 2 batters of the game for Berea.
Altuve at 329, 10 home runs, 51 RBIs. 329 batting average, good for 3rd in the American League. Mookie Betts still leading the way, but he's calmed down a little bit. Mookie at 342. JD Martinez still 2nd at 336. JD Martinez 6 points away from being the Triple Crown leader. He leads in home runs, tied in home runs with Chris Davis. Leads in RBIs with 114.
114 RBI. Here we are, August 31st.
1 ball and strike.
See, that's a good fastball from Berea. Stayed under control. Read out in front. Shoulders level. It's really been a good season for the youngster. I think it's the tops as far as wins amongst rookies, ERA, innings.
Invaluable experience. He was on the shuttle early on, back and forth between the big club and AAA. Settled into the rotation because of injuries. 2-2.
Imagine right now he's got him set up for a slider. Now this is the time, if you threw that changeup, that fade down and in, be so effective. Because he's looking out over the plate, whether it's a fastball or a slider.
Two on the way. Full count. Correa's on deck.
Almost like he wasn't fully committed to throwing that fastball inside. You look down the left field, the Crawford boxes, you're leery about missing middle end. 315. The distance down the line.
3-2 pitch. Check swing, and he gets rung up no matter what. It was on the corner. It wasn't even on the swing. So Berea comes out here and strikes out the side to start this game.
Boy, after a couple fastballs up, the slider in the rotation. Spin on those pitches. Perfect spot for Berea. Strikes outside the first.
Top of the second, and scoreless. Simba's pride is in the house, Scooby.
Yes. Let's go, Simba. We're hanging out down by the pregame show set.
Simmons, Otani, and Marte. It's Valdez. Got 1 strikeout, 1 walk in the first. Angel, the big game last night. It's good to see him swinging the bat as he had for the better part of the season. 2 singles, a double, 3 RBIs. That one off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike.
It shows in a lot of reports he hasn't really thrown a changeup yet, Valdez, but that first pitch looked like a changeup, or he takes a little bit off his 2-seamer. First one was 89, that one 93. Both register as fastballs. And talk about having that feel for the plate. What part of that plate is yours in a bat against him? So far, he's stayed away on all 3 pitches to Simba.
Lays off the break ball, did not go. Off speed pitch. Found at the plate. Told that he was going to bust out a changeup today during the game. Just not sure how many times he's going to throw it.
I thought that first pitch to Simmons might have been his changeup, but there's really not a big difference between the speed of his fastball and his changeup. Hurkinski thought he threw in 1 or 2 of them last time out. They were about 89, 90 though.
Bouncer toward Gurriel at first base. He'll take it himself. 1 out.
Well, this kid has been pretty good so far against the Angels.
Shohei batting .275, 15 home runs, 43 runs batted in. Bounces this one over to Altuve. 2 hopper. 2 down. See Shohei batting against lefties, or starting against lefties that often, especially when Albert is still healthy and in the lineup.
Yeah, wishing Albert all the best in the recovery from his knee surgery.
So Jeffrey Marte will bat now with 2 outs. He gets started first tonight. 207, 5 home runs, 17 RBIs. Bouncer. The right side, Altuve from the shift. That's a quick 1-2-3 second inning. No score here in Houston. Game 2 of this 4-game set. Steelers find new roads. Bottom of the second inning, no score. Jaime Barria retired the sign in order with 3 strikeouts in the first inning. He's going to face Correa, White, and Gonzalez for Houston in their half of the second. The ball's in a strike. Correa hitting 246. 14 home runs and 59 runs batted in. So he's yet to get it going, but granted he's also missed quite a bit of time. Bad pitch just off the plate.
So fastball on the inside corner, slider just a little bit off the outside corner.
Good off speed. Kind of giving them a little bit of everything to think about. Fastball, changeup, slider.
See if he falls into that pattern. It seems like he'll go 2 strikes. He'll try to run that high fastball now.
Just the 19th game Correa has played in since the All-Star break. He's at 162 since then. He struggled here at home, but you could say that maybe these Astros. Correa's at just 189 this year here. 1-2 on the way. Upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
So he fell right in that pattern where we thought it might be. High fastball. Now imagine this goes to his slider. And that's one thing you don't want to fall into, is patterns like that, especially with a lineup like the Astros have. They're going to start sitting on a pitch in a count. There's enough data already for hitters to feel they have a better opportunity at certain counts you throw it at. But when you've fallen into that same routine each time, even though you struck out the side in the first inning, you don't want to fall into a pattern.
3-2 on the way. And that is just off the plate. A leadoff walk to start the second. Did the same thing to Altuve too, right? The 3-2 slider at the outside corner. Eric Cooper is calling the balls and strikes tonight. Ramon de Jesus at first, Sue Sherwater at second. Gary Cederstrom, the crew chief, over at third. There's Tyler White. He's been white hot since the All-Star break. Over last night against Blake Parker in the 9th inning. 2-hit game, going 2 for 4. 317 overall with 11 home runs and 27 runs batted in. Barria, first time from the stretch. This one's sky out to center field. Towering shot.
That's like a
launch
Dave
angle
Kingman
swing. Yeah.
type pop up.
One down.
Yeah, I think he was trying to avoid one of those double play balls that they hit into quite a few of them last night. 3 as a matter of fact. And as a team, they've hit in a lot of double plays.
Marvin Gonzalez, the left fielder, switch hitter, hitting 248. 0 for 4 last night with a couple of strikeouts for Marwin.
Good change up there, first pitch.
Time here between pitches for Barria. Lost his change during the Correa plate appearance. Put it in his back pocket. Lifted out toward left, like left center field. Tailing back toward Upton, 2 down.
What you're seeing in this ballpark a lot, especially with it we mentioned and talk about all the shifts in the defensive alignments. You're seeing the left fielder playing more towards the gap to take away that extra base hit. So the baseball is squared up, it's getting out of this ballpark, or it's going to be hit hard off the wall. You get in quickly. It's taking away the gaps, and it's what you're seeing right now where Justin Upton is playing. I don't see that too often in other ballparks. That's designed to take away that gap there towards that 362 sign.
Here's Yuli Gurriel, 278 batting average this season. Want to keep him out of those situations with men in scoring position. He's been on fire. 405 batting average with men in scoring position.
And the odd thing, when you look at his numbers this season, he's really good against off-speed pitches too, especially his slider and a changeup that Barria will throw.
No balls, 2 strikes.
That's a good spot with a fastball. Gurriel's batting average versus fastballs this season is 276 with 3 home runs, but 317 versus sliders and changeups because he hits the ball so well to the gaps. 29 doubles for Gurriel this season. Waits back on that off-speed pitch very well.
Oh, 2. Jammed him. Fletcher calling for it. It's a great pitch in on the hands. A leadoff walk stranded at first. 2 complete. No score here in Houston. $20 or more and get tickets for as low as $8 per seat. Call 888-796-HALO or go to angels.com/groups for more details. Good to see the Angels faithful here in Houston. Long weekend series, a holiday weekend, Labor Day on Monday. 8-9-1 for the Halos here in the third. Ward, Briseño, and Calhoun. Framber Valdez.
That was a pretty good mistake pitch to hit. Dalen Ward just missed that one.
One ball, 1 strike on the Angels' third baseman. He's batting .188, 2 doubles, 2 home runs, 6 runs batted in. Pulls this one to the left side toward the hole. Correa has it, but has no play. Taylor Ward with an infield base hit.
First hit of the game. This guy underneath the glove of Bregman. Correa's got to go to the backhand, all in that outfield grass. Realize he's not going to be able to throw out Ward at first base.
Jose Briseño back in the big leagues, hitting .291, 2 doubles, 3 home runs, 8 runs batted in. Starting catcher tonight.
Well, he had a real good round of batting practice today.
First game for Briseño in the big leagues. Oh, 2, pretty good hack.
So far, when you look at Valdez when he uses his fastball is, even though the Astros preach that 4-seam high fastball upper part of the strike zone, he's got real good action when he's in the lower part of the strike zone when it runs off the outside corner. He can sink it very well. It's flattened out a few times when it's the middle part of the plate and elevated. Look at the numbers for Briseño at home as compared to on the road. Remember, he had his first major league hit was in Yankee Stadium, a home run. 350 on the road is 231 at home. 3 of his home runs this season have been on the road.
Lays off, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Calhoun on deck. Pretty good lead for Ward over at first. 2-2. Full count. Pause for Valdez. Briseño cues that one foul.
See, I mean, that has to be his changeup. Again, not a big separation in the speeds of his changeup and his fastball, but that had good sink action at 90.
Not the easiest thing in the world to have to learn or try to learn a changeup in the big leagues.
Well, he did throw supposedly quite a few of them in the minor leagues. He's not throwing it at the major league level yet.
I'd imagine that's back to that confidence,
yep.
Right? Another 3-2. Briseño almost chases it. Did not go. It's ball 4. So 2 on to strike the third. Cole coming up.
Talk about how wild Valdez can be at times. 2 walks already in this game. Had 4 walks, 3 hit batters. 9 1/3 innings pitch coming into the game. Infield defense a little different here now. First and second and Cole at the plate. More conventional defense against Calhoun. Instead of having 3 on the right side of the infield.
Cole struck out his first at bat. The only strikeout Valdez has recorded tonight.
1-0. Let's take a look at our StatCast AI powered by AWS and where the defense has been set up here in this inning compared to last inning against Cole. You had the left fielder playing almost on the line in Gonzalez. Springer playing well over the gap in left center field. Boy, Reddick's almost a center fielder now. How far over he is in right center field. And you're pitching Cole inside. If he's able to turn on it, he'll be running for quite a while.
First meeting of the night, Maldonado, Correa out there. Ward standing at second. Briseño at first. 2-0 count on Calhoun.
Really good as far as with runners in scoring position since July 22nd for Cole. Over 360 at 364. 240 on the season overall. That's the pitch he could drive down in that corner and run for a while.
And just the reaction by Cole tells you everything you're talking about.
Let's take a look at a Nissan pitch cast where that was located. That was the pitch he can turn on. See his reaction.
You'll slump shoulders.
Yes.
Always fun for a pitcher to see those.
Because you're trying to pull the ball here at the very least. Especially with a first and second situation up. They're trying to pitch you away.
2-1. Just below the zone. 3-1. David Fletcher's on deck. Nobody out. The first two reaching to start this third inning. He had some of these type of situations on Sunday. And this wildness, if you will, kind of helped out, benefited him. Just hitters hitting to some big outs.
We got another pitch in that same spot again. Good hack at it.
Kind of running right back into the inside part of the plate.
Yeah. Tell you what, if he throws that same pitch at some point during the night against Shohei Ohtani, he's going to hit that baseball a long, long way. That's what they're looking for. That's what Cole's looking for. He's just as missed it twice now.
So a 4 count, nobody out. Just trying to get on the board first. 3-2. Cole strikes out. What a run.
That for me almost as if it feels like it's his changeup there. Well, he might take a little bit off his two-seam fastball.
Like a middle in swing though. Pitch a little more middle. So Fletcher up. He had a ball off the end of the bat. And to Marvin Gonzalez in the first inning. Oh, 1 count. Apparently Josh Donaldson has indeed been traded. The team has not been announced yet. He gone. The bringer of rain.
Yes.
1 ball and strike.
Very popular up there in Toronto.
Trout is on deck. Fletcher bouncer back toward the mound. Valdez puts it to Altuve for 1. The relay back to first. in time for an inning double play. So the Angels start the inning with 2 out and nobody on, get nothing out of it. We'll head to the bottom of the 3rd with no score.
Now it's time for the Kia drive to success. And the Astros certainly have driven the ball much better on the road as compared to home so far this season, as far as the numbers and average of runs scored. You even go back to 2016. Up to this season, much better on the road than at home. They've not swung the bats well here. They've had their issues as far as driving the ball here, whether it's the background now in AT HOU's Hill, no longer in center field, or is it the defense now moving towards those gaps, taking that away? They've struggled at home, but overall the numbers, though, very similar to what it was even before, going back to 2014, when both clubs during the course of a game.
Talked to a couple of people within the Astros organization. They seem to think it's more psychological than anything else. They've toyed with positioning of the camera just to the left of the batter's eye from our vantage point. Other than that, it's a pretty good batter's eye. Even Todd Callis, the television announcer for the Astros, he said, maybe I thought that, a sidewinding lefty like a Chris Sale would come in here and dominate, but they rake against Chris Sale.
Yeah.
They did so last year. This one's out to left.
Yeah, the things I looked at from back in 2014 to today, averaging 8.4 runs per game, the opponent and the Astros, and then this season 8.1 runs on the average per game. So not a big difference. Even when you go back to last year, 8.9. So it's very similar as far as the average runs scored in the game here in this ballpark, even with the difference in the batter's eye. Because it is a super quick infield.
Martin Maldonado at the plate. Fastball for a strike.
But I still think when you look at the defenses even set up against the Astros, where Justin Upton is set up right now, taking away that gapper. The thought is, again, it comes back, if you turn on the ball, it's either going to hit off the wall hard or over the wall. You're taking away those doubles in this ballpark.
I can understand it if the dynamics of AT HOU's Hill influence the rest of the home run markers or the fence as far as distance is concerned, but it didn't. It was just straightaway center field. It's now 409. It was much more than that. Up the hill past the flagpole. So I can't imagine that there's any real rhyme or reason as to why that number would be down as it is.
And when we were at Petco Park, they were saying all the buildings being built around Petco, the baseball was carrying more. So there's always some things you comes into play where you're trying to figure out why more home runs are hit or why less runs are being scored for the Astros here in this ballpark.
Maldonado got a high fastball and lines at the center field on an 0-2 count. Again, that's probably a catcher that caught Berea that is very cognizant of the fact that he's going to try to throw that fastball upstairs.
And he called that quite a bit for Berea. He was ready, brought his hands up, and lines it right back up the middle.
You know what I can think of too, going back to this whole argument about the scoring down here. Over the last couple of years, we've gotten more and more into this whole launch revolution. That's becoming perhaps a little bit more pull happy because of this ballpark and the Crawford boxes in left field. But that's changed the approach of hitters more so than the actual batter's eye or Taos Hill's demise prior to the last season.
You don't necessarily have to crush the ball get it at the right field either here in this ballpark.
No.
Same thing right center field. So far so good as far as being aggressive. 10 batters faced, 9 first pitch strikes.
No one. Slider down to chase it. Springer struck out in the first. He's behind in the count here at 0-2.
He's struggled really with his batting average overall. 230 versus fastballs for Springer this season. 10 home runs, 248 versus slider and a changeup with 6 home runs. He's pretty good as far as if he gets a slider out over the plate, the ball to right center field. It also looks like at this point, especially with his comfort zone in the batter's box, a high fastball in could be good too.
Got to chase that on speed.
Just watching him walk around the batter's box after that swing, Victor, it almost feels, it looks like George Springer still doesn't feel comfortable in the batter's box, especially if he doesn't get that baseball on the barrel. It means on the handle or the end of the bat, it still doesn't feel comfortable for him following through on his swing.
Yeah. See, I think that's the pitch.
Yep.
I was just going to say, you would guess that a guy that's had a hand injury or thumb injury bust him in a little bit more so. And even that didn't look like a very comfortable swing.
That was located perfectly on him.
See like a little bit of a grimace there.
Trying to tighten up those batting gloves even more so.
Check swing. Looked like he went around.
That was a pretty good pitch to begin with.
I'm surprised they even asked.
See where this is located. Perfect spot. He got away with that one. There's a hanging slider right in the heart of the plate. How amazing Springer was in the World Series, MVP of the World Series last year.
One-two. He flips it out to right center field. Went down and got him. Maldonado ahead to third base. Runners at the corners now for Houston with 1 out.
Pretty good piece of hitting though. He went down and got that. It was a good fastball lower part of the strike zone. Painted that fastball 94. Just on the follow through with that swing. Hits it into the gap. Be able to get Maldonado to go all the way over third base. Look at that difference between this season and last season versus the fastball. That base hit there, huge difference. Crushed the fastball, slugging percentage way up. This year hasn't been the same. The dig went down and got a good fastball there and hit the ball well the other way. What you hope for is he doesn't start getting locked in against a fastball now. With a swing like that, that could happen.
Bregman pops it up. Marte into foul territory. 2 down. Big out.
That's a huge out, especially how well Bregman has hit with runners in scoring position this entire season. See, there's number 393 with runners in scoring position. Gurriel up there too at 405, so that's a huge out. A very dangerous batter coming up, though. You can't let down if you're Jaime Barria right now.
Altuve struck out looking in the first. Barria struck out the side in that first innings, issued a walk, allowed 2 hits since. 0-1.
Pretty similar to the pitch that he threw earlier in that bat to Springer, the chance to get a strikeout.
This one's out to left field. Here comes Justin Upton. He'll make the catch. So the Astros get 2 on and leave them stranded. We head to the 4th here in Houston. We're scoreless. Four tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 soft drinks. For more information regarding the Coca-Cola Friends and Family Fun Pack, go to angels.com/funpack. Fun Pack. AJ Hinch and Eric Cooper having a serious discussion here. I don't know if maybe it was on the strike call to Jose Altuve. Clearly Hinch not happy about something. There's Cedarstrom, the crew chief, coming down from third base.
Well, generally, you can't argue about balls and strikes being called. That's an automatic ejection.
Meanwhile, Valdez is ready to go.
Be real surprised if he's able to stay in this game right now the way he's going, AJ. He's working his way towards the home plate area, staying in there. Didn't quite go Aaron Boone there, who got ejected for the Yankees, you mentioned earlier, Victor.
Clearly hot about something. I'd imagine was that slider strike on Altuve, but you never know. He's been ejected. So here's Trout.
And that's more of a protection for his player. AJ Hinch running out there to make sure that Altuve doesn't get thrown out.
You know, and I understand where you're coming from. You can't argue balls and strikes. But that being said, if you're Eric Cooper, the home plate umpire, Trout takes a strike here. It's 1-2. You shouldn't be taking a couple of steps toward the infield grass and toward Jose Altuve.
Just turn around. It'll be diffused quickly.
You've said your piece. No reason to incite something. So no wonder why AJ Hinch got a little bit hot. Got to protect your players. The minute he takes a couple of steps towards the player and Altuve continues to walk away, that to me is just making it more about yourself at that point. 2-2. Trout, a little bounce from left side. Correa's got to come in on it. And now Mike walked in the first, grounds out here in the fourth. There's up Upton.
So that strong throwing arm for Correa. Cooper, yeah, he throws out. Assume AJ Hinch.
And then that's why AJ came out, argued.
Might also get your money's worth at that point.
Up to 0-1. Popped out to Gurriel in the first inning. Johnson, a good hitter's count at 2-1. Valdez, a couple of strikeouts, 2 walks.
You sit on a fastball right now. Got it. This ran off the plate.
Bounce to the third. 2 down. Nobody out for Angelton Simmons, who grounded out to Gurriel in the second. Looking to jump on that first pitch.
Talked about him in the opening. Those great numbers he has as far as RBI, batting average here in this ballpark.
Head of the count, 2 balls, no strikes. Two young pitchers here that throw a lot of strikes here. Although Valdez got a little bit wild last inning. bouncer back toward the mound. 1, 2, 3 go the Angels. To the bottom of the fourth we go. Scoreless.
California Toyota dealers, by City National Bank, a proud sponsor of Angels baseball, and by the 2018 Subaru Forester, a whole lot to love.
No score here at the bottom of the fourth inning. Beautiful night here in Houston. Very similar to last night. The Angels and the Astros were scoreless until the sixth. Angels scored 4 against Justin Verlander. Hoping to light it up tonight. Make it 2 in a row. Correa, White, Gonzalez, Agatame, Barria. But 2 hits in the third inning, got out of it though. Pop up, Bregman. I think that was the big pitch. And now too, a little fly ball to left field.
Yeah, when you see those numbers, what he has done this season, Bregman, with runners in scoring position, to get that type of out, huge for the youngster.
One pitch. Little floater out to shallow right field. Marte is not going to get there. It goes foul. Fortunately, it goes foul.
It's a pretty good sequence of pitches right there. The front door break a ball, then a fastball in on him. We talked about even earlier in the season, Correa hasn't been as consistent on fastballs in as he was in the past. Looking more to drive the ball to right center field. Has been beat inside, especially when it's a bit above the belt, inside or off the plate in.
Two balls, 2 strikes. It's the Cleveland Indians that acquired Josh Donaldson.
We were just talking about that. Cleveland going all in. That's one of the teams that, you know, everyone talks about. You know, the Astros obviously as defending champs, the Red Sox, Yankees. Cleveland is very deep.
Down the line, slice and foul and play.
There's a chance to put Josh Donaldson potentially at third. You could put Jose Ramirez at second, where he's played before. They did kind of move Kipnis. You know, he's originally an outfielder, teammate of Cole Calhoun in Arizona State, and he played a little outfield last year, so they can move around in the outfield if Donaldson is healthy. That's a good pickup by him. Cleveland winning tonight, as a matter of fact, so far. That's a pretty strong rotation they have. Now their bullpen still a work in progress. Brad Hand has done a nice job for him since coming over from San Diego.
Another payoff pitch. Ray hits him back up the middle. Simba, with the dive, has it. Not going to get Correa there. Infield base hit.
That's still a real good play by Anthony Simmons to get to that baseball and get up quickly and get a lot on the throw, but Correa runs well, beats it out. Slider, back up the middle, slides, quickly gets up, a lot on the throw, but Correa too quick, beats it out. That is outstanding range. Look at that transfer, get rid of the baseball. Anthony Simmons.
Correa's been on board twice now with a walk and that single.
Well, we talked about in that second segment of the opening about the double play turn. See if they can turn one now.
Tyler White with towering fly ball to Trout at his first AB. Takes just off the plate. No score here in the fourth. Over to third. Taylor Ward, a little bit of a stumble there. He's only placed at first. One out. Correa, pardon me, gets into scoring position.
Long throw across the diamond for Taylor Ward. Got a lot on that throw.
Marvin Gonzalez lifted one out to Upton in his first AB. Indians, by the way, leading Tampa Bay 1-0. Game bottom of the eighth. 3-0 now. Was 1-0. Yankees and Tigers tied at 4 at the top of the eighth inning. Boston trailing the White Sox 3-0. Earned a rain delay in Chicago. We've got the
we'll see that ballpark
later
at the end of this road trip.
Yep. A week from tonight in Chicago.
My kind of town.
Second base, Correa is back.
Two great shortstops having a little fun there.
Two count. Gurriel on deck. On the corner. Gonzalez doesn't like it. Looked like he caught the inside part of the plate.
I mean, just a little bit off the inside corner, but close. Marwin Gonzalez walks around that batter's box quite a bit.
Two on. That pitch was up out of the strike zone. Gonzalez hot.
It's a changeup up. I always wonder how a hitter can get away with that. If a pitcher ever did that, you're long gone.
Yep.
And I mean long gone.
Cooper just eyeballing Gonzalez.
Yeah, if I'm Berea right now, I'm throwing a pitch on the outside part of the plate, maybe about a baseball or two.
Throw one of those cricket pitches. Bounce it into the strike zone, see if he'll ring it up. Yes. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, Correa at second.
I'm thinking I'm throwing definitely a non-strike right here if I'm Berea on every different level.
We'll see snap central if he gets called out on something that's nowhere near the strike zone.
He'll be hanging out with A.J. Hinch in the clubhouse. A borderline pitch called against him.
Two offering. Ground ball over the second. Gonzalez will be really upset to get
He's still saying something.
Yep.
That was a great pitch. It was a non-strike.
Briseño thought that was the 3rd out. He was walking back to the dugout. That's no bueno considering you got a man at third base.
Especially one with good speed.
Correa over at third. Willie Gurriel at the plate. Gurriel popped out his first time up.
Gonzalez still upset. A couple of those pitches called strikes. He's been struggling last 11 bats at bats.
1-0. One ball, 1 strike. 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th.
Not too often you see a player that's in the game perched up in that part of the dugout. It's usually the manager's spot where Marwin Gonzalez is looking on.
Gurriel with the advantage now, 2-1. Cleveland finished off that game against Tampa Bay 3-0.
That was Kluber on the mound for Cleveland tonight.
Good slider. There you go back to it again. You get that type of swing. Or
got to give it a shot.
Last time up, he ran that pitch
fastball.
in.
Showed the numbers. He's pretty good on sliders and changeups for the most part this season. He's been really, really good with runners in scoring position also.
Two. Fastball. Sky to center. It's playable for Trout.
What a job by Berea. You're getting 2 of the best hitters in baseball with runners in scoring position out tonight. Bregman and now Gurriel still tied at 0.
Sports West is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Try something different like Jack's Teriyaki Bowls. Only at Jack in the Box for a limited time. Top of the 5th inning, we are still scoreless. Nice job by Jaime Barria, as you mentioned. Man in scoring position. Able to settle down, get some big outs. Shohei Ohtani to lead things off here at the top of the 5th.
He's been ready both at bats on the first pitch. Hit the ball pretty hard to second base. The first one, that was a good hack. The first pitch.
Grounded out.
To see a curveball now.
Very good. Grounded out his first AB. Ball and a strike. Ohtani, Marte, and Ward. 6, 7, and 8 for the Angels.
Granted, he's only seen a few pitches against Valdez, but he looks a lot more comfortable here against the lefty. Hasn't homered against one yet.
2-1 count. That was earlier this year when Shohei made a start here, taken out of the game, left to a terrific ovation by the Astros and Angels faithful. This was bounced foul. It's 2-2. At that point in time, still the unveiling of this phenom coming over from Japan.
Still, this remarkable numbers he has put up this season.
Two pitch. A bouncer left side. That's going to go for an infield base hit. Jammed him nicely. He was able to fight it off. Picks up the leadoff single.
Again, he wasn't bowing out of the way on it. Got jammed, and still, once the ball was hit on the ground, it's just fun to watch him run down the line. Bregman at that point was, I have no chance. You look at overall numbers for Ohtani this season, 277 batting average. He's got 32 extra base hits, 6 stolen bases. Oh no, yes, 4 wins as a pitcher.
Getting the start on Sunday night.
Speaking of stolen bases, you wonder how much he'll run now that he's back to pitching. He'll be starting on Sunday night.
Won't be in the lineup tomorrow. Will not be in the lineup on Monday in Arlington. And scheduled to start once again next Sunday in Chicago.
Had a bullpen session today. In a comfortable 11-foot lead.
One ball, 2 strikes. Jeffrey grounded out to end the second. So he's 0 for 1. 7 ground ball outs for Valdez. 2 strikeouts, 2 walks.
You look at that lead there for Ohtani. It doesn't look like there is going to be an attempt at a stolen base. Part of it too is with a left-handed pitcher on the mound. He has allowed this 1 stolen base and 1 attempt against him.
The bigger lead. 1-2. Take fouls back. 2 hits for the Angels, 3 for Houston. That's it.
Andrew Heaney was outstanding last night in the start, picking up his first road win since September 2nd of 2015. And that smile on his face. He was on the pregame show today with Patrick O'Neill and Jose Mota.
Marte bouncer back toward the mound. Valdez gets rid of it quickly. Altuve didn't get much on that throw, but they do get the lead runner, 1 out.
Valdez pretty under control as far as that. Twice now, a ground ball back to him. Perfect feed to second. Had one double play turn earlier. Could not get that one turned though. It's always difficult coming down in that incline of the mound. Boy, it used to be in the day when you were at second base as an infielder, middle infielder, you were getting to that base and getting away from that base as quick as possible. But Altuve could stand there and plant because of the slide rule at second base now.
Taylor Ward, infield base hit in the 3rd inning. Eventually stranded in scoring position. No balls, 2 strikes.
That is kind of going against the Astros' way about getting outs as far as strikeouts and fly balls. He had a lot of ground ball outs here tonight. 9 outs via ground ball, including 1 double play he helped turn.
Missed it. One ball, 2 strikes, 76 pitches. Framber Valdez, second major league start. Both have come against the Angels. Picked up the win on Sunday. Two and two.
A long first inning, 21 pitches, very economical. Second is 8 pitches. So had 19 in the 3rd inning. That included a walk both in the 1st and the 3rd inning. That's why that pitch total was up a little bit higher.
Marte over at first. 2-2. Full count. Jose Briseño, the man on deck, number 9 hitter. Halos have stranded 2 in this game. Houston has left 4 on. Just got a piece of it.
I was curious to see if Marte would be going 3-2 with 1 out. Alfredo Griffin went over to talk to him. Generally, Mike Scioscia will have his runners going, but you have to be able to read a left-handed pitcher. If there's no contact made, you're going to be in trouble trying to get in the scoring position.
A little bit bigger lead for Jeffrey at first. He's on the move. 3-2, lifted out to right. Reddick goes back. Marte picked up the baseball well, gets back to first. 2 down. Briseño walked the second. One of 2 free passes issued by Valdez tonight. 1 ball, 1 strike. Just down and in. No score. Both starting pitchers all of a sudden really slowing things down with guys on base. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Oh, especially early in the game, had a real quick pace working.
Yeah. And they've been able to make some pretty good pitches to get guys out of their comfort zone, get themselves out. So I would think that would lead you to believe that they're going to move along quicker because they've got the confidence. They figure, you know what, I got 1 or 2 pitches I can go to here.
Really, no baseball is necessarily squared up against Valdez at all, really.
Senga goes down swinging. 3rd strike of the night for Valdez. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th, still scoreless.
Toyota. Jaime Maria's really had good command of his slider, set up by the fact he's been throwing a lot of first pitch strikes, able to expand the strike zone on some non-strikes with the slider, and then get some really difficult hitters with runners in scoring position out on high pitches. One a high slider and then a high fastball. With Bregman and Gurriel both at the tops in Major League Baseball as far as batting average with runners in scoring position. They made a quality pitch on both of them to get him out.
He's been able to limit the damage, has not faced more than 4 batters in any 1 inning. And he'll have 8, 9, and 1 in the Astros half of the 5th. Reddick, Maldonado, and Springer. Reddick looks it out to right field. Cole's got to go back on it to the track. And in front of the wall, makes the catch. 1 down. Didn't sound like he squared it up. But as you pointed out earlier, this ballpark to right field doesn't take a whole lot.
And Cole was getting back to the wall just in case. Get back to the warning track, is able to run it down.
So 1 out. Martin Maldonado coming to the plate.
He's taking his time getting out there after a quick out like that.
Base hit into center field. Stranded at third base. That was in the 3rd inning. A ball, no strikes. Top of the order, Springer on deck. Corner. Good crowd here tonight. Fireworks after the game. 30,000 last night.
Well, this place was loud and crazy last postseason.
Good changer. 1-2. Sold that one well.
Remember that last time, tried a high fastball and Maldonado hit it right back up the middle. And back to that game 5 of the World Series here. This place was going nuts. 13-12 game with the Dodgers. 10 innings, walked off. Way to the World Championship.
There wasn't a dull moment in that World Series.
Oh, it wasn't a comfortable time for either fan base.
Out to right field. Cole is there. 2 down. Top of the order now. Coming up. Springer's 1 for 2.
Before batting practice today, Marcy Maldonado was throwing a football around with Cole Calhoun and Mike Trout before batting practice. Team very popular with his teammates with the Angels. Now same thing over with the Astros.
Springer had a base hit in the 3rd inning. He's 1 for 2 tonight.
Yeah, careful on this first pitch with location. That's great location.
One 0 on the way. That borderline strike that's been called all night by Eric Cooper. Houston has action in its bullpen, so we might have seen the last of Framber Valdez. 5 innings tonight. Jammed him. Shallow center field. Trout has to come in on it. He'll make the running catch. A 1-2-3 5th inning. For Jaime Barria, 2nd time tonight. He's retired the side in order. We're still scoreless. We're headed to the 6th.
ball very, very well again tonight. Coming in the game, 68% ground ball rate. Well, he's had that going again today. Fastball, that tailing action away and down throughout this game. It's getting ground ball after ground ball. Taking that sting out of the bat towards the end of the batter on the handle of the bat throughout this game. Has fielded position very well. It's been very impressive. The youngster here tonight, 5 shutout innings.
Top of the order here in the 6th. Calhoun, Fletcher, and Trout.
I wonder if this is the potential, this one batter thing for Valdez.
They had Colin McHugh ready to go in the bullpen. Cole tonight 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts, 2 of the 3 that Valdez has picked up. Two balls and no strikes. That one just missed it. 3-0. Cooper Harrington from the hometown faithful. And leadoff walk. That's going to be it. So just like his first start against the Angels, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. Allows just 2 hits. He'll depart with a man on and a scoreless tie. We're the 6th inning of pitching changes. Colin McHugh coming on for the Houston Astros. He'll be facing David Fletcher when we return. First pitch, they enjoy a post-game Saturday night fireworks show presented by Wells Fargo. Go to angels.com/promotions for more details. Colin McHugh on in relief with a man on and nobody out, facing David Fletcher. And this pitching change brought to you by Purple Bricks. McHugh has been a terrific piece out of the bullpen for A.J. Hinch. 5-2 with a 1.65 ERA. This is his 46th game. 76 strikeouts, 16 walks, and 60 innings for the one-time starter.
He has a good move at first base, too.
High throw, and this one sails over the head of Gurriel. And it's an error that puts a man at second base.
You can see he was trying to be quick on that. The footwork was excellent, but the high throw allows Cole to get into scoring position. He has 1 pickoff this season. See how quick the footwork is. The high throw. He only allowed 1 stolen base in 4 attempts against him. It's a big error for the Astros and McHugh.
Fletcher 0 for 2, a fly ball to left and a double play ball in the 3rd. Trout on deck. 1 ball, no strikes.
Hughes' fastball is 90-94. He'll throw a curveball, slider, and a changeup.
Not bunting this time. Fouls it off 1-1.
Seeing what he was trying to do. He was trying to, at the very least, hit the ball to the right side of the infield. Altuve playing about halfway in that infield dirt on the right side. He might make a play, try and make a play at third if the ball was hit hard his way at second.
One showing bunt, takes a breaking ball inside. 2-1.
Still may get a slider here from McHugh to Fletcher.
Bunted on the third base side, rolls and foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Did such a good job at home when he had that bunt down the first base line and never getting the base hit. That time was trying to force the bunt to the third base side, make Bregman field it and allow Cole to get to third. But that's one of those pitches you can just, you have the bunt to the right side of the infield. You can still get the job done at that point.
Two. He'll pull this one out to left field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Cole will be stopped at third. A little flare single by David Fletcher, and the Angels have runners at the corners with nobody out.
So good as far as putting the ball in play. That's all you're trying to do with 2 strikes. David Fletcher comes through again.
Tough pitch, too.
It was elevated just enough to be able to punch that into left field. But you're not looking for a break a ball inside, though, with 2 strikes like that.
Here's Trout. Michael walk in the first, a ground down in the 4th inning. Scoreless in the 6th inning. 2 on, none out.
Trout with 2 career home runs against McHugh. He's trying to make it 3. 7 for 23, 304 batting average against him.
That's line to center field. Springer's got to back up a little bit. It'll be deep enough to score Calhoun. Cole sprinting home. 1-0 Angels. Trout with a sac fly, picking up his 63rd RBI.
This piece of hitting, trying to get a baseball that was elevated enough to hit in the air. Get the job done. He'll get some high fives, get back into that dugout. As Cole scores the first run of the game after a walk, advances second on the error to throw for McHugh. Trout driving the first run.
Last night the Angels snapped that scoreless tie in the 6th inning with 4 runs. Tonight, so far, 1 run in. Justin Upton 0 for 2, a pop-up and a ground out. The book closed now on Valdez, too. Five innings, 2 hits, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks. 1 run allowed. Popped up. Foul territory. Maldonado near the dugout, makes the catch to down. We've seen McHugh be able to run that fastball in on the hands.
Yep. It's not overpowering, but it moves quite a bit. Take a look at our Subway League leaders. As far as leaders of RBIs versus the Astros in a season, Howie Kendrick has the record of 16 RBI. That was back in 2014. Trumbo had 15. David Freese had 14. And Anthony Simmons, 12 this season. Look at that on. 8 in this ballpark.
Sim 0 for 2, a couple of ground downs tonight. 1-0. Two balls, no strikes. That pitcher is off the plate. Astros would like to disagree. I mean, it may have been off the plate, but it's been called a strike, they feel, on them. It happens. Fletcher still at first base. Walk, single, sac fly. Some error sprinkled in there by McHugh. Out toward left field, Marvin Gonzalez. Back, that's gone. Big fly for Andrelton Simmons, a 2-run shot. He stays hot. 3-0 Halos.
What do you say about leaders as far as all time? That RBI category in the season versus the Astros added 2 more on that swing. Now giving them 10 RBI in this ballpark this season. It's our top tier play brought to you by Arco, a flat slider. And Simba jumps on a lower part of the strike zone, very similar to the swing we showed in the opening today. Did that against Joe Smith. First time around. Another bullpen mate. Tried to go out over the plate, and he drove it out of the ballpark again against a bullpen arm. And the Simba pride, happy. By the way, Shohei tried to go yard there too.
1 for 2 game for Show. Field base hit his last time up. 3-0 Angels. We're in the 6th inning. Check swing. Did not go. 2-1. Bregman near the cut of the grass. Slow breaking ball drops in there. 2-2. Looks like he's trying to go the other way there.
Top of the 6th inning has been pretty good for the Angels here at Minute Maid Park, including Andrelton Simmons. 9th home run of the season, 3rd here at Minute Maid Park. Just 4 games.
This is lined up the middle. Correa's there, going to his right. Snags that liner for the 3rd out. The Angels strike for 3 runs. Sac fly by Trout, the capper, of course. Andrelton Simmons in this ballpark.
10 home runs in this yard this season for Simba. ballpark, going back to April 24th on a low breaking ball from Joe Smith. He hooks it into the Crawford box. And then tonight against Colin McHugh, same thing, same result, almost the exact same spot. Hits it out to Crawford boxes again. 10 RBI in this ballpark this season for Simba.
Not having problems with Taos Hill not being here any longer.
No. No, not at all.
Bregman, Altuve, Correa, 2-3-4 against Jaime Barria. 75 pitches. 76th is lifted out to center. Take that one pitch out to start the 6th. Up comes Altuve.
And we were talking about the ground ball outs for Valdez. A lot of fly ball outs here for Barria. 11 fly ball outs. Jaime Barria.
Altuve 0 for 2, struck out looking in the first, and a fly ball left in the third. Exchange with Altuve. The top of the 4th inning as he was walking out to the field, it got A.J. Hinch fired up. Cooper and Altuve going at it. Hinch actually got ejected as this one's fouled off over the line. Perhaps a little carryover effect from the first inning. Strikeout looking and a slider down and away. Then first pitch strike in the third to Jose. One ball, one strike. 3 runs, 4 hits, 3 left on for the Angels. No runs, 3 hits, an error, and 4 left on for the Stros. One and 2. That's started thus far for Barria. 3 strikeouts, 1 walk. 3 hits, all 3 singles so far. Evens up the count. To 2. Change up. Force it a little bit. Altuve getting locked up to a 7-year deal last year. Take it through the 2024 season. Three-two pitch. Breaking ball got him looking. 2 down.
Real good spot by Barria. Has been impressive here tonight. Started off the plate in and gets that inside part of the plate with a slider, front door slider. And it was a few years ago, but Dave Stieb threw that slider as good as any right-handed pitcher I've ever seen against right-handed batters. To start at the hip and bring it right on that inside corner.
Razor blade slider.
Yes.
Correa's been on board twice. He walked in the 2nd, singled in the 4th. 3-0 Angels here in the bottom of the 6th. 1-1 pitch. Good on speed pitch over the short. Correa with a 1-2-3 shutdown inning. He's retired 9 straight since a leadoff single to Correa in the 4th. Four strikeouts, 1 walk, 3 hits allowed. I mentioned he's retired 9 straight. Angels up 3-0.
So impressive. Very economical in the pitch count also. Just 1 walk tonight. Talk about pitching aggressively, working quickly, throwing first pitch strikes. 22 batters face 15 first pitch strikes for Bria tonight.
Bottom third of the order. It's one interesting way to take that pitch by Jeffrey Marte. He'll be followed by Taylor Ward, then Jose Briseño.
Turn it out. Jeffrey.
Ball and a strike. Marte's 0 for 2. Reached out a fielder's choice his last at bat. It's 2-1. Stay tuned during the 7th inning stretch for the Arco game break with Patrick O'Neill. Justin Anderson getting ready.
Well, last 5 starts for Jaime Barria. 2.19 ERA. Very impressive for the youngster.
Looks like he got the chain back on there. And by all indications, looks like he's done for the night.
Very, very impressive. Looking to pick up his 9th victory.
Got knocked out after 3 innings against the Stros last time out. Tonight, 6th shutout.
Following up on Andrew Heaney's 6th shutout last night.
Full count on Jeffrey, starting first baseman. Breaking ball gets him looking. Well down. Back the bottom part of the zone.
It looked like Dog still had his game face going as he was looking at it on the field. Showed him in the dugout. There he is. Focused. great numbers career-wise versus the Astros. 3-1, 195. For a team that has very impressive numbers against left-handed pitching.
Oh, 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Taylor tonight is 1 for 2. Singled into third. One, 2. Tied him up, fastball up and in. 2 strikeouts in a row from McHugh. 2 outs. Break up for Senyo. Jose walked in the third, struck down in the fifth. Astros at the bottom of the 7th will have White, Gonzalez, and Gurriel to face Justin Anderson. One, 2. And McHugh comes out, strikes out the side of the 7th. Stretched out here in Houston. The Angels up 3-0. Time now for the Arco game break with Patrick O'Neill.
Okay, well, this Houston Astros team had won 7 of 8 when the Angels came into town. They were riding high, but suddenly this Angels pitching staff is keeping them quiet, and there is indeed a quiet murmur going on here at Minute Maid Park. Let's get to this Arco game break and tell you what's been going on. There's been frustration. Here's A.J. Hinch. One day ago, he gets an extension. The next day, he gets tossed. He's protecting his guy, Altuve, and that's why they love him here. But the real story, Jaime Barria, runner in scoring position, gets a tough out. Bregman pops out. Then, later, in the 4th, he gets Gurriel to fly out to Mike Trout. He's gone 6, and he's going to be staying in this game. But this is the big AB. After a sac fly from Trout made it 1-0, there's a 2-run shot from Andrelton Simmons. He has been an Astro killer this season, especially here in this ballpark. He has 10 ribbies here. Jaime Barria coming back out onto the hill for the 7th inning. Well, no, he's staying in the dugout. I take it back. It's Anderson. This has been an Arco game break, and now here's a word from Arco.
Houston, then it's off to Arlington. 3 against the Rangers, off to in Chicago on Thursday. Then the White Sox for 3 in Chicago. As we begin the bottom of the 7th here in Houston. Angels up by the score of 3-0, and it's Justin Anderson on relief. This will be his 50th appearance, 3-3 with a 3.47 ERA. Good, he pitched last night.
And when you look at Justin Anderson, is staying under control, not overthrowing his pitches. Fastball has been great, a little bit better command of his fastball, and not getting underneath on his slider, staying on top of the baseball. Again, not trying to muscle up on it. But what an effort by Jaime Barria tonight. So impressive. Well, we said it early on when we saw him walking around. He made his first start at Angel Stadium. He just looked like he felt he belonged here at the major league level, and he has really improved as each game goes by.
White pulls it over to third. And a battle by Taylor Ward. Leadoff man reaches.
Laid back on the baseball, and then the ball hits the heel of his glove and gets away from Taylor Ward.
Gonzalez 0 for 2, a fly ball to left and a ground ball to second. Good fastball in good location. 0-1. Oh, what pitch? Good off speed. 0-2. Error by Taylor, the second he's committed since getting to the big leagues. Pat Buttry on the right. Jose Alvarez on the left. Spoiled a pretty good pitch. That's a tough pitch for any hitter in that situation. Just cut through a slider. Protect on a fastball away on an 0-2 count. Got him upstairs.
Great location.
He's been susceptible to that pitch. We saw it yesterday with the 2 strikeouts he picked up in his first 2 ABs.
Runs that fastball upstairs, and it looks like it's a pitch you can hit as a left-handed batter against a right-handed pitcher. That got on him quickly.
Gurriel 0 for 2. He's popped out to second, hit a fly ball to center. Both those times getting jammed with fastballs in. 1-0.
Sharp break to that slider.
Short lead for wide over at first. 1-1.
Oh, that was nasty.
Reddick and some man on deck. Trying it again. It's up the count.
I think he's going to go right back to that hard slider right now. Stay on top. Start it in the strike zone. Break it off the plate.
Two. Full count.
It's not close enough to the strike zone to get him to chase.
Anderson ready to go. Here's the 3-2. Fastball over to second base. Should be a double play. And it is. 4-6-3 twin killing. Nice pitch by Justin Anderson for the third time. They get Gurriel up and in.
Yeah, run that fastball and another double play turned by Simba and Fletcher.
It in the open. They are still at it, Gooby.
Oh, I'll tell you, they've been amazing. That's a 24th double play turn by David Fletcher. Quickly gets that feed over to Anthony Simmons. His 98th double play turned at shortstop for Simba. Perfect feed, completing that inning double play.
Ryan Presley takes over on the mound. Former Minnesota Twin. Acquired at a deal. He's pitching for the 65th time this season. 1-1 with a 2.98 ERA. 84 strikeouts, 19 walks, and 60+ innings. His 14th appearance since joining the Astros. Get the top of the order: Calhoun, Fletcher, Trout.
Fastball 93-98, curveball slider change.
With a delay here, waiting for Alfredo Griffin, the Angels' first base coach.
Alfredo.
Cole 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts, but had a leadoff walk in the 6th. Scored one of the 3 runs. Could be last night, that game between Seattle and Oakland. Seattle struck early. Tonight, Oakland's turned 5 in the first inning.
They can score runs in bunches, Oakland.
Mike Leake getting up 5 runs in the first. 0-2. Cole strikes out. Maldonado throws down the first and completes a strikeout. 1 away. Here comes David Fletcher. 1 for 3 tonight with a single. Arizona up on the Dodgers early. Bottom of the second, 2-0.
Zach Greinke on the mound. The Diamondbacks against his former team, the Dodgers.
Colorado at San Diego, scoreless in the second. David looks at a strike. Here it's 3-0 Angels. 4 hits for the Halos, 3 for Houston. Berea, 6 solid innings, 3 hits, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk. Allow a run. Stark contrast to his last outing. 3. This was backhanded by Bregman. Plants across the diamond, 2 down. Nice play. Kind of gave up 4 runs on 5 hits in 3 innings in that last start against the Stros.
Boy, Bregman showing why he's so special at third base also. He's got a strong throwing arm on the backhand. He made some outstanding plays in the postseason for the Stros last year. Plants and gets a lot on that throw to first base.
Trout a walk, a ground out, and a sac fly. One ball, 1 strike. Mike picking up his 63rd RBI with the sacrifice fly in the 6th. Give the Angels their first run. Then Andrelton Simmons, 2-run shot to left. Two-one count. Astros in the bottom of the 8th will have Reddick, Maldonado, and Springer. Jose Alvarez and Buttry ready to go in the bullpen.
Gone 0 for 4 in his career versus Presley. That's that breaker ball that's been called in that part of the plate all night long.
Two. Called strike 3. The Angels down and over, but still up 3-0 as we head to the bottom of the 8th.
T-Mobile. Some big names moving here in the last 24 hours. Andrew McCutcheon going to the Yankees. Josh Donaldson tonight going to the Indians. And Gio Gonzalez picked up by the Brewers. They've been very active over the past month, adding on in their chance to try to get to the postseason in Milwaukee.
Ty Buntry takes over on the mound. He'll pitch the bottom of the 8th inning. Done a nice job since the Angels acquired him. This will be his 7th big league game. No record of 1.42 ERA. Total of 6 in the 3rd innings. He's going to face 8, 9, and 1 with Reddick, Maldonado, and Springer. Tony Kemp has come out to the on-deck circle. One ball and strike. Buntry, unlike some other relievers, does not waste a whole lot of time. He just gets it and goes.
Basically 4 quality pitches he can go to.
Out to shallow center field, off-speed pitch, and Reddick is on board with a leadoff single. 1 for 3 game for Reddick, and here comes Kemp to pinch hit from Maldonado.
Yeah, he pulled him there with the speed of the pitch, but he was able to keep his hands back and fight that into center field. So the hips are already open. He just kept the bat back and just flicked it into center field for a base hit.
Kemp fouling it back off of Briseño. Angels have a new third baseman, Caleb Cowart, replacing Taylor Ward. One ball and strike. Kemper 276 average, 0 for 3 as a pinch hitter.
So this runs just a little bit off the plate and gets that call again.
Kemp pulls it off the right field, base hit. Reddick will turn it head to third. Kemp on his way to second. Now the Astros got something cooking here in the bottom of the 8th inning. With runners at second and third, nobody out, top of the order coming up.
Just hasn't quite had that finishing pitch off going for him so far in this inning. Twice a chance to do so. His fastball ends up going towards that middle in area, and he turned on it at 97. Pretty good piece of hitting by Kemp also there after. Same thing for Reddick.
Long meeting on the mound with Charles Nagy. George Springer at the plate, 1 for 3 tonight. Had a single back in the 3rd inning. first pitch, fouls it back. Oh, what pitch? 0-2.
That's that pitch again.
Wow. See Springer. That's not a strike.
And I'm going to have to agree with him on that one. That's off the plate.
Oh, 2 pitch. Why not throw it a little bit further? Camp Adrosion loosening. 1-2. Downstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Single by Reddick on a 1-2 count. Pinch hit doubled. And Tony Kemp. Bregman on deck. Full count.
I think you try that slider once again.
Swing and a miss. Down goes Springer. 1 down. Came right after him.
Got a big punch out for the youngster. Country, perfect spot. This time he's able to finish off a hitter with a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. We talked about it earlier and showed it earlier how George Springer has struggled versus the fastball this season. Once again, does it on that one.
Alex Bregman 0 for 3. A strikeout, pop up, and a fly ball to center. Good majority of the folks in the lower section on their feet. First one on the way. Off speed downstairs, 1-0. Outfield straight around. Infield back at normal depth. They'll give up that run at Reddick at third base, get the out. Back to the off-speed pitch. 2 balls, no strikes.
Popped up with a couple runners in scoring position in the 3rd inning on a breaking ball that was elevated a little bit.
Fastball in there, 2-1. Soon on the left, Rondon on the right. Altuve, the man on deck. 2-1 to Bregman. Off speed, in tight. 3-1. Almost looked as if Bregman had some ideas of maybe turning into that pitch a little bit. Short, compact swing, chokes out.
Looks like he's looking out over the plate.
3-1 pitch. And he walked it. They're loaded up for Altuve. Altuve on the night is 0 for 3. 2 strikeouts and a fly ball to left.
He is grounded into 13 double plays.
Stay return for Angels Live post-game show presented by your SoCal Mazda dealers. Good ball game thus far. First time the Astros have come to life. And it's here in the bottom of the 8th inning with the Angels up 3-0. One out, no place to put him. Reddick at third, Kemp at second, Bregman at first. Danger zone pitch,
especially for Altuve.
Yeah. No balls and a strike. A one. Swing and a miss. Good off-speed pitch. No balls, 2 strikes.
Good curveball from Buttrey. Good downward action on it.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball upstairs. 100 miles per hour. A little extra.
That's why you saw that little reaction by Desenio behind the plate. It got on him quickly.
Tibbetts grounded in 13 double plays this year. Astros have hit into 2 already tonight. 1-2. Lifted foul. This one headed toward the seats and out of play.
It's another 100-mile-an-hour fastball.
Off speed, gets Altuve, 2 down.
What a pitch. What a moment for Buttrey to be able to get a swing and miss against the reigning MVP.
Too often you'll get Altuve to strike out 3 times in a game.
Yeah, that was a great spot, though. It looked like a strike, starts the lower part of the strike zone, and it bounces. Play by Desenio to keep that in front. So we got to maintain the focus. Correa at the plate.
Correa walks, single, and a ground out. 1 for 2. The first one. On speed, first strike. They're very confident in throwing that off-speed pitch at any time. Off the plate to even the count. One. Another speed pitch. That's a strike. Inside part of the plate, 1-2.
Catches a lot of that inside part of the plate.
Here comes the 1-2. Late on the fastball. Two big outs, bases loaded. Trying to keep it a 3-0 lead for the Angels heading to the 9th.
And they'll try to rush another high fastball here.
1-2. Upstairs.
Especially when you see a hitter late on a fastball.
Very similar to the pitch that he got Altuve to chase. Tyler White on deck. Here's the 2-2. Little dribbler out in front of the plate. Hits it.
And that backup slider again. Hits that part of the plate.
Pitch inning. 2-2. Fouled straight back. A little battle here between Carlos Correa and Ty Buttrey. Full count. Get the merry-go-round going now. With the base loaded, 2 outs, everyone's going to take off for the next offer. So head start for Reddick at third, Kemp at second, Bregman at first.
The youngster will try a 3-2 breaking ball.
Runners go, 3-2. Popped him up. Jeffrey Marte into foul territory. Will head to the 9th
What
inning.
a job by Ty Buttrey. Welcome to the big leagues in that situation here against the defending world champs. Gets out of the inning, no damage done. Runs a fastball up, slider in the dirt, and then a pop-up jam shot to first base. Ty Buttrey be able to make those pitches at the right time against some really good hitters. Fastball by George Springer, slider in the dirt, gets Jose Altuve swing and then runs another fastball. Carlos Correa jams him pop up the first base. What an effort for the youngster to be able to get through that inning. Jose Presenio right there to give him a high five as he gets off that field. What a job by Buttrey.
Hector Rondon on for the Houston Astros here in the top of the 9th inning, placing Ryan Presley with 1 inning, 2 strikeouts. This is line to left field, leadoff single for Upton.
How often you see that when that momentum shift gets through the inning, no damage done right away, put pressure on the opponent.
Justin a 1-for-4 night. To Banterton Simmons, this is what he did back in the 6th.
As he always does in this ballpark, especially this season. For Simba. Lines that one out over that yellow line in the Crawford boxes. For another home run for Simba. 10 RBIs this season here, Minute Maid Park for Andrelton Simmons.
One for 3 game. Bouncing through the left side, a base hit, back-to-back knocks to start the 9th. Multi-hit game now for Andrelton. 3 hits last night, 2 tonight.
9 for 15 now.
Shohei Ohtani. It's an opportunity to bound with a couple of men on.
Back to my Hyundai key for this game. In my feelings, fuel for this one part of the plate. And this is that time now for Shohei Ohtani. Have a feel for that inside part of the plate. See if he can turn on one.
Shohei lays off. 1 for 3 game for Ohtani. Base hit, infield grinding the 5th. To an 0.
70% of the time, he'll throw a fastball here, 2-0. Oh, he's ready to crush that one. That's a good swing there.
Yeah. Huge hat.
Looking in his zone, got it, just missed it.
Up to the second, Simmons at first. Two 1. 3-1. 97, nowhere near the strike zone. Hasn't prevented Eric Cooper from calling up the strikes, though. Done with 14 saves this year. Back-to-back singles to start this 9th. Jeffrey Marte on deck. We've got Caleb Coward. And a walk. They're loaded up.
28th walk of the season for Ohtani. Into the game at .355 on base percentage. On base twice tonight.
Now it's the Angels' turn to try to do something here in the 9th inning. The base is loaded. Action continuing in the Astros penalty. Brad Peacock. Infield in for Houston. Jeffrey tonight 0 for 3. Struck out looking his last plate appearance. Three-0 Angels. We are in the 9th. Good off-speed pitch. Here's Marte 0-1. And the Astros fans departed at lower level to the bottom of the 8th. Even with fireworks tonight, Coop.
Yeah.
0-1.
It's always one of our favorites. Saturday Night Fireworks Show.
Yeah.
With the Big A.
Up to let off this inning with a base hit. Simmons follow with a knock. Ohtani with a walk. Bouncer toward third. Bregman's got it. Comes home. It's a fair ball. They only get the out at first. Marte Breaks his bat, grounds into a fielder's choice, 1 out. Base is still loaded for Caleb.
That was a real good play by Bregman. He'll field that in fair territory and a good throw to the plate. Especially when you have the runner going down the line. He had a clear path because of his ability to get away from the runner going down the line and get a good throw to home plate.
Stassi deciding not to throw down to first at all. First plate appearance for Coward. Caleb at 136 on the year. 5 doubles, 2 RBIs. At the start of third base last night. Going 0 for 4. 0-1 pitch.
So you got to try to shorten up and make good contact right now.
Angels have 2 guys standing in their bullpen. Blake Parker, Cam Pedrosia. Parker pitched last night. 1-2.
Outfield playing fairly shallow for the Astros. It'll be very important. And with Simmons to read it well, get back to the bag if there's something hitting the air.
Out. Down goes Cal. There's a 1-2 pitch play. 2 outs. So it'll be up to Briseño trying to get something here, a little insurance. 0 for 2 with a walk, 2 strikeouts. Another meeting between Stassi and Rondon.
Surprised you would even call the catcher out after getting a strikeout like that. You slow yourself down.
Hector's got that down already.
Briseño right now, I'm looking first pitch fastball here.
Got it. Comes up empty, 0-1. Head of the Astros 9th inning. Tyler White, Marwin Gonzalez, Yuli Gurriel. 5, 6, and 7. Oh, 2. This one's out toward left center field. Springer tracking it down. The Angels get the bases loaded with nobody out. Leave it loaded. We'll head to the bottom of the 9th inning. Angels up 3-0.
Edwin Encarnacion, solo home run in the 7th, broke a 0-0 tie as Cleveland beat the Rays 3-0. Gleyber Torres continues his amazing rookie season, 2-run single in the 8th, giving the Yankees a 6-5 lead. They end up winning 7-5, and Hugo Cabrera, walk-off solo shot in the 10th as the Phillies beat the Cubs 2-1.
Halos up 3-0 here at the bottom of the 9th inning. They turned the ball over to Blake Parker. They pitched last night, gave up a 2-run home run to Tyler White, who's going to lead things off. This will be his 60th appearance, 2-1 mark, 12 saves. This, of course, is a save opportunity. It'll be White, Gonzalez, and Gurriel. One ball, no strikes. Wide 0 for 3. Last plate appearance, he reached on the air by Taylor Ward. That was to open up the 7th. One. Two one. Foul off. Evens up the count. Home run that White hit last night, got a 3-1 fastball. Hammering it to left center field. Full count.
You just don't want to give him any life here.
Now the 3-2 pitch. Leadoff walk to start tonight. Hey, join your Angels Saturday, September 15th with the Seattle Mariners in town. Pardon me. How about MLB at Bat, your #1 Angels app? Customize your experience to catch every moment this season. Get Angels home screen icons and features such as MLB.tv Game of the Day, pitch tracking, in-game highlights, live radio, broadcast stats, news, and more. Download MLB at Bat today, but also join us on Saturday, September 15th. Fireworks after the game.
Yeah,
So you can do both.
You can do it all.
Yeah. Here's Marwin Gonzalez. Left fielder's 0 for 3. Behind the count here to 0-1. One ball, one strike. Not a big lead for White over at first. 1-2. Angels with 3 runs on 6 hits, 1 error, and stranded 6. Houston, no runs, 5 hits, 1 error, stranded 7. Now the 1-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Very difficult for Parker to get someone to chase that high out of the strike zone, especially when you're tracking a splitter or even a curveball low part of the strike zone.
To 2. Full count. Back-to-back batters. 3-2 count.
So it's got to be on the phone down to the bullpen quickly.
Three-two. Foul off. Alvarez, Manfred, both have already bid up and loosened. Up once again. In Oakland, the Mariners have timed up 3 home runs. Wow. It's Mike Fiers. Over Astro and Tiger. Another 3-2. Gonzalez grounds this one to second base. Fletcher to Simba. Able to drag the foot across the base. They turn the double play.
That was not an easy play for Anderson Simmons. But another double play turn. Even at 99 for Simba. 25 now for Fletcher. A little bit of a high flip. Gets there, gets that foot on the base, and quickly gets over to first. 4, 6, 3, double play.
This is down the left field line. It is hooking foul. It's played by the ball boy. The fan making the catch, but still got the baseball nonetheless. Ball at a strike. Gurriel 0 for 3.
Split finger grip for Parker.
One. Okay, he went around. 2-1. Three and 1. Full count.
That's that spot all night long.
Go Lionel Richie on us. all night long?
Oh, yes.
You are, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're dancing on the ceiling a little bit later on.
Yes.
Here comes the payoff pitch. Dribbling, third base line. Parker. Infield base hit. Not sure why Jeffrey pulled the foot off the base.
That was going to be a close play if he keeps his foot on the base. As that throw goes right towards the runner.
So Reddick will bat.
It's a real good play by Parker. Get off the mound that quickly with the bare hand and a good throw to first. Got a lot on that throw also.
Again, it almost looked like Marte had that left foot on the base, which I'm still not understanding why some first basemen are doing that. You're supposed to keep your right foot stretched toward the plate, toward the ball.
Stretch it. Correct. Means you cut down the angle for the baseball getting towards you at first base.
So Reddick up at the plate, and first, 2 outs, 3-0 Angels, bottom of the ninth. Reddick had a base hit to lead off the 8th inning. As it gets time Buttrick. Muriel with a big lead at first. He'll take second. Indifference. He was holding him on with a left-handed batter up. No balls, 2 strikes.
It's a solid splitter there from Parker. And he might try to, or even just enough to be ready here on the splitter, maybe away, that he might try to punch the ball to that part of the field.
Oh, 2. 1-2. 22 pitches here in the bottom of the ninth. Closed out a 3-0 Angels lead. Should this inning continue, Max Stassi awaits on deck. Two. Full count. It's the third full count that Parker's gone to in this inning.
Especially when you put yourself in that position, there's 2 outs, man at second. You have to be aggressive with Reddick. You have to worry about Stassi on deck, but Reddick's the guy you want to get.
All over that fastball, fouls it straight back.
That's why that earlier pitch, that splitter, just go right towards the outside part of the plate. Trust your defense in that one. He can't hurt you here. It's the batter on deck is the stress batter for you as a closer.
Reddick pokes on into first. Marte, a little bit of a bobble. Parker's there, like that baby up as the Angels shut out the Houston Astros tonight, the final 3-0.
Another impressive game by the Angels. Hamilton Simmons. The Angels win this one 3-1. Now it's time for the Land Rover above and beyond player of the game, Simba. 2 for 4, 2-run home run. 4 games in Houston this season. 9 for 15, 10 RBI with 3 home runs. Simba has roared in Houston for 4 games.
Nice shutout victory once again. Gooby, the Angels, the